This is my usual go-to makeup that I always end up gravitating towards when I'm kind of running late or just don't know what to do. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm starting off with my Benefit Stay on Stray Primer. This is in the color Medium Deep, and I'm just using my fingers to blend this out this time. There is still a little bit of tackiness that remains from the primer, so I always end up putting a powder on top. This is the Fit Me powder in 230, and I'm just using a fluffier brush just to blend it all on top. It doesn't have to be perfect, really, it's just to set it. Now to prep my lips and just to make sure that they're nice and solid at the very end of the video, I'm putting the lip conditioner by MAC on the lips. To start the eyes, I'm taking the color Soft Brown and I'm blending that all over the outer perimeters of my eyes, pretty much where the orbital bone naturally kind of goes in. And it's really easy to do this with a big fluffy brush, in my opinion. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side, making sure that I put enough product on there. And the trick with this also is just to see the difference. It shouldn't be a stark line. This shouldn't be a dramatic like top or bottom. It should just be kind of a wash of color where you can't really tell where it begins or ends. With a flat brush, I'm using the color Expensive Pink, and I'm putting that all over my lips, but I'm going to first spray it with some Fix Plus just so that the color shows up a little bit brighter. A lot of times when I'm doing this very simple type of look, I just want to make sure that the shimmery color that's on the lid is extra shimmery, and it's not boring or dull. So I always like to spray a little bit of that Fix Plus just to get it nice and potent, just the way I like it. I'm taking a clean blending brush and just blending the outer edge just so that that line is blurred. Now I'm taking the Viseart palette in Dark Matte and I'm placing this deep orangey kind of terracotta color on the very outer edge of this and then blending it out a little bit. So I'm doing a little bit at a time. It's tricky because you don't really know how awesome it comes together until the very end for me. These looks are harder for me to do on myself than on others because I can't really see it. I don't know, it's just tricky to do things on my own face than it is on somebody else. But yeah, so you just kind of have to take a peek at it and then blending it out with a bigger fluffy brush. Some of that the color that I deposited earlier from Soft Brown will be on there, which is fine. It's going to help it blend a little better. And then I always kind of take my fingers and clean out the edges. This matte white beige is from an Avon quad. I don't remember what the name of it was, but I just depotted it. Anyways, I'm putting a little bit of that on the brow bone. And I always kind of go back and forth between putting colors on the brow bones. I I really like the way a matte color that looks there though. So this time I remembered and I made sure I put it underneath my brows. And then I also took my finger and just grabbed a little bit more of that Expensive Pink just to get more of that potency. It really didn't make a huge difference, but it made me feel better. Now I'm taking the Milani foundation, which you guys hopefully should have seen a review on. I will link it in the bottom bar and also a little card on this video, but you guys will see all my impressions and thoughts about that in that video. But I'm putting that all over my face. And then for my concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match. This is the color W3 to 4. I believe, or 4 to 5. I never know anymore. I'll look and double check. I'll write it down in the description also. And then I'm going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender. The nice thing about these concealers, doing it after your top eyeshadow, is that you can really make a crisp line. So that's kind of what I'm doing on both sides of my face. Yeah, there's really nothing else. I was watching something, so I was dragging a little bit. There are definitely times where the Beauty Blender just isn't as precise as I'd like it to be, or it's just not as easy as my finger. So sometimes you just gotta go on with your finger and then touch up later with the eyeshadow. To set underneath my eyes, I'm using the Mercier powder. This is in the color Translucent. I'm taking a little bit of that just so it doesn't look dry. And I'm using my wet Beauty Blender. It's not soaking right now. It's just kind of damp. And I think it makes a huge difference with not looking so dry. And I'm putting a little bit around my nose because that's typically where I get oily. And then I'm only putting some right at the cheekbones where I'm blending my bronzer because I don't like when it gets patchy. Certain foundations it does that with. This one I'm still kind of testing to see how it works. And then for my brows, I'm just going very quickly with these. This is the NYX Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. Now this is the game changer. It makes the look so much prettier. This is the NYC liquid liner. Yeah. And I'm starting off really tight against the eyes. One thing that I would recommend, and this is what I always forget to do on myself, is to do the eyeliner that's the harder, like the harder one for you. Do that one first, because then the other one you can manipulate much easier. The second one, I just find it so much harder. So this is what like just something that I saw I can't remember who it was that I saw someone mention, but I thought that was just such a smart idea to go with the harder one first. It's almost like doing your hardest homework first and then doing the easy stuff later, because you spend the most time on the hardest one, and then the easy stuff you could just whip through. So that's pretty much what I would recommend, because then you'll just have a better time matching with the easier, kind of more dominant eyeliner, so to speak. So I did a little back and forth action there. And I had to get up and close and personal, which wasn't autofocusing because it was manual setting, so my bad. My favorite parts of look are the lower lash line, just to highlight it. I just love the way it looks. So I just put a little bit of black and I connected it with the eyeliner, and I only smudged it towards like the middle of the eye. I just thought it looked more angular, kind of made it look more sultry because of like the way the shape was. Now I'm using these dirty Wispies. I said dirty Wispies, Demi Wispies, and I'm preparing those. And then for my bronzer, I'm using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I've never tried this really before, and I was really happy with it. Like, it glided on really well. And the color was a very good match, which I was surprised about, because I always saw the color and thought, huh, that looks way better, I'm sure, on lighter girls. But that's not true. I thought it looked really good, and it matched my skin very well. Just to make everything matching, I'm taking the same contour color, the Hoola bronzer, and I'm using that with my dual fiber brush, the little baby one from Morphe. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I might do a brushes video. You guys let me know. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. I guess, what do you want to know about it? But I'm just putting a little bit of that Mercier powder underneath my cheekbones just to kind of sharpen them up. And I'm using the regular Maybelline Falsies mascara. This is in the regular one, not waterproof, just to prep them for my lashes that I'm going to put on off camera. Someone also suggested me doing a video on how to apply lashes. I have a video about it. It's not the best quality. Let me know if you want me to do an updated one, but I'll link it below for my old one. I'm embarrassed already, but hopefully it's okay. This is the blush from Nars. It's called Tahj Mahal. It's like my favorite in the summer. It just looks so orange and bright, and it has a little bit of glisten in it, and it's amazing. But if it gets a little too crazy, make sure you blend it out with a dual fiber brush, which is what I'm doing right now, just to make sure it blends all nice and together. And then when the summer months come around, that's when the Gold Deposit comes on out and makes an appearance on almost every look of mine. And I'm just brushing that very softly all over my cheeks with the brush that I just used to kind of blend out everything, because it was already dirty. And that's how the skin looks, which I was happy with. And then this is one of my favorite lip products. I really like these colors. I wish they came out with more nudes. This was from L'Oreal, and it's their matte gloss products. I'll put the name of it below, but I'll be talking probably more about these in my favorites video. But I really like the way these apply. So this is the darker color, but I just wanted something that has a little bit of matte um, in terms of the color, and then just something that's more comfortable, that's not super drying like a liquid lip. So this is a really happy medium for me, and I really like these a lot. So this is the entire makeup. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This is what I usually go to every single day when I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do. I'll do this. It just makes me feel pretty and complete. And I will see you guys later.